Give me a girl's name.
Ashley.
Listen up!
Honey!
What? Oh.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie and today we are back with another Dun
Dun.
Mukbang! Woo! Guys, you guys asked for it and I am hoping to deliver in a couple of days because it's not, I will link this below. Right now, as you guys are watching this, my Biss merch is 30% off and this honey merch is about to drop. Have you ever seen a tie-dye honey drip? I bet you haven't. You got a drip drip. Show them your drip drip.
It's like Winnie the Pooh edition.
Yes, that one's Winnie the Pooh. This one is like a fun like
Honey bits!
with poppin' bits. Welcome back to today's video. If you guys don't know, today in front of us we have this giant, I don't even know what to call this. I feel like this is like a 10-pounder at least. Yeah.
What is that, like 10 boba cups?
Yeah, like 10 boba, like a 10-pounder boba with grass jelly.
Have
I
you
don't know
seen
if you
people
guys
like
can
drink
see.
that in like 24 hours? Have you seen that
I
one?
tried to see that, but
I thought you were gonna say
they tried to do that,
Yeah.
but they failed.
You watched the failed ones?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Wait, have they all failed?
I think some people succeeded.
Really?
I think so.
That's hard.
Someone comments their arteries failed. Okay, sorry.
There's people so freaking obsessed with boba.
Yeah.
I know someone who drinks like 8 cups a day. No
Yeah,
bullshit.
I saw someone
lot of
Instagram
money.
story how they were sad that
That's a lot of money.
At least like $40.
yeah,
That's true.
That is true. Oh, also speaking of, these honey drops are very, very special because I know at a crucial time like this, a portion of the proceeds of every single honey merch sold is going to Feeding America, which if you guys don't know right now, they have an entire fund dedicated to feeding people throughout the coronavirus but pandemic is the correct word that's going on right now. So a portion of the proceeds will be going there and a portion of the Biss shirts always go to Days for Girls. So anyways, and then we have 2 fried chicken sandwiches and some Peruvian chicken sandwiches down here, and let's get started.
Yes.
Okay, so I know you guys are gonna hate me. I couldn't find reusable boba straws, so we are gonna be having to use plastic.
Save the turtle.
This will be our last time, I swear. Do you see that grass jelly?
Whoa.
Okay, so this like
Why is it so
pan
big?
thing.
Grass jelly? Grass jelly will fall
Is it
apart.
usually like that?
Yeah.
I got like no boba, no grass jelly.
Do you need help?
Kinda like
Like,
dig.
you have to go down.
Oh
dig
my
deeper.
gosh, do you see that?
That's kind of weird.
Oh my gosh, I got it on the Peruvian chicken sandwich. Okay, you guys go. This is odd.
You
This
can
is
go.
a little odd.
Here, you want me to help you? Here.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
How is it?
I just slurped the
Here,
grass jelly.
a spoonful
I like
of
this.
boba. Here,
looks
here,
like-
here.
Wow,
Let me get you some more milk and grass jelly.
it's
Thanks.
pretty good.
Thanks, Dad.
So we did no ice. Do you guys want some ice or no?
No. Full view of them.
Alright kids, are we done?
Oh, sorry.
So good.
The grass jelly is really good.
Grass jelly is so good.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try this fried chicken sandwich as well.
Wow.
It's from Mendocino Farms.
Mmm.
Oh my god.
Why?
Eat some.
Why?
Take this from them.
Thank you.
Oh my god. This is so big.
Wow. You like it?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? It's so good. It's so juicy. Try a bite. Wow.
Wow.
Which one do you like more?
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna eat this grass jelly in a spoon. I thought it'd be so satisfying. Are you guys ready?
Mmm.
Wow. Why do I like the grass jelly so much? I feel like I've never liked grass jelly
Like
so
it
much.
more than the boba?
Yeah.
Really?
We eat grass jelly straight up in the summer.
What is grass jelly?
Grass jelly is some type of it's a type of grass actually, type of herb,
Wait, for
and
real?
you boil it in the water. It actually has benefits for your body.
So it's not just like sugar like boba?
No.
Wow. This is good.
So it's good for you.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're just gonna eat all of this and nothing else. I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh. So, today I'm going to tell you guys both a story that happened to me recently, and unfortunately neither of you guys were there, but I can back it up with some facts. Justin was there, he can attest to this. He didn't see what happened exactly, but he knew something bad happened, and this took place at a Jollibee. Have you tried Jollibee before?
Yeah.
Okay, you have. I did not. I was about to literally panic. Okay. Okay, perfect. So I was at a Jollibee with Justin, and this was like, he was like picking up something. He was just going to go order, and for some reason, I had this insane urge to use the restroom. I typically try to avoid it. I don't feel that comfortable in public restrooms. First of all, I get really scared. I don't like going in there by myself, especially I get scared when it's empty. I get scared when it's full. I just get really creeped out. I'm always like thinking about those stories of like that we've shared.
Oh man.
Oh my god, can you share with him the story?
Okay, real quick.
Okay.
There's a girl going home one night, right? Late at night, 12 o'clock, got off work, alone. Whenever she goes home at night, she has to pass this really dark alley. It's passed by a little park. It's really dark. There's no lights. So she's walking home that night alone. And she started noticing there's somebody following her, right?
Okay.
She's like, oh my god, there's a dude in black wearing a hat just kind of telling her, and she's getting more and more and more nervous. So she starts speeding up, walking faster, and if she walks faster, he walks faster. She takes a turn, he takes the turn. She starts jogging, the man starts chasing after her. So she's running faster and faster and faster, and she saw there was a public restroom in the park.
Okay.
There's nobody in the park, pitch black, but there's a public restroom. So she ran into the female's bathroom. She ran as fast as she can, ran into a stall, closed the door, and she hid in there. So she's hoping he will come in, look around, don't see her, and walk out. She's waiting and waiting. She hears some footsteps, and then that's it. So she sit there for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And she said, okay, just in case, I'm gonna wait a couple more hours. And she got so scared, she ended up waiting all the way till 5 a.m. Hours
When
and
there's
hours
lights.
and hours. And then finally, she's about to get up. There's a voice on top of her.
A voice?
A voice.
Like someone saying something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What did he say?
Yo, chill.
Yo, chill, bro.
Above her. Okay.
I forgot the story. Basically,
Okay, it's not even scary now.
just when she's about to open the door and walk out, she looked up. The man has been looking down from the next stall the whole night.
Holy.
Holy.
Holy moly.
By the way, you sleep on bunk beds.
I grew up with my younger sister. We slept on bunk beds,
Okay.
right? I sleep on the top bunk. She sleeps on bottom bunk. Sometimes we'll switch. Whenever I'm on the top bunk, the scariest thing you can do for someone is stick your head off the bunk at night and just start making creepy noise.
Guys, I have one favor to ask. Just don't do that to me. Please. Okay? Oh my God. That was a pretty good story though.
Right?
Good job.
So, now keep this in mind. I knew a variation of this story all the time. And so now I always look up, I always look down, I'm always really paranoid. And then you watch Shane Dawson's conspiracy video, and then you get paranoid that there's hidden cameras in a public bathroom that are selling your pee-pee footage for millions of dollars.
my
Bits,
God.
listen.
Just DM me if you want that video.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Funny. And so with all of this, I just don't like using public restrooms. And so I went into the restroom. There's only 2 stalls. There's a big stall and a small stall, and they're right next to each other. Now, they're the stalls that you could see above you, and you can see their feet below you. Like most stalls, you know, it's not like a wall, right? Not like a Michelin star restaurant. It's a stall. So I walk in. There's no one else but us 2. The other stall was locked. And I sit down, I pee. I hover. I pee. I get up, and I turn around, and I use my foot to push the metal, like most people do, right? To flush the toilet.
Like most people do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right? And
Okay.
so I'm like turning around when something catches my eye under the stall. And this, for some reason, I tried to talk myself out of it because I started getting paranoid because I saw a TikTok like similar to this recently. It was playing like that creepy TikTok music, and someone's like feet was pointing towards the stall or something. And so I was like, okay, that's weird, right? As I'm about to flush the toilet, I see into the stall next to me, and the feet are like pushed up against the stall part, not in like the middle. Like if their stall is this big, it wasn't like their feet were here. It was like here,
Pointing where?
Pointing you.
pointing at me.
That's not okay.
And so immediately, okay, this
Did
is
you
the
look
worst.
up immediately?
Yes, immediately. I immediately looked up, okay? Like, no doubt about
What
it,
did you
right?
see?
Nothing. I see nothing. And I start getting creeped out, but what always happens to me is because I live so much of my life of people telling me I'm paranoid that I try to talk myself out of it, right? I'm always like, okay, Stephanie, you've been watching too much TikTok. You watch too much true crime. You are just too dramatic. Nothing serious is happening, right? And so I see her. I'm like frantically, imagine me, okay, lifting one leg, frantically trying to pedal to the metal on this flusher of the toilet. At this point, what I was hoping for is I would see movement, right? I would see kind of like the shin part or like the ankles move because, you know, if they're like putting on a belt and for some reason they happen to be facing my stall, there would be some sort of noise, some sort of movement. And so the toilet wouldn't flush for some reason. And so I kept flushing it like this, right? And it wouldn't work with my foot. And so I just was like, okay, I backed my foot off and I like waited for some noise. No noise, no movement.
They're on their phone. Come on. They're swiping right now.
You think
Was
so?
the feet closer to the toilet or to the door?
To the door.
Yeah, so he's
Weird.
just swiping. He's like about to get out, but he saw, you know, you gotta swipe left, swipe right.
And so then I start freaking out, right? This is where it gets creepier. I don't flush the toilet. I'm gonna admit this. This was my first time. I don't flush the toilet because I'm ready to run, right? And as I'm like the door to get out of the restroom, I have to pass that stall. So mine was the inside stall, right?
You didn't flush your toilet 2 days ago in the morning, remember?
Honey, I was so scared.
She went to use the bathroom at night, and then I woke up in the morning. She's like, "Oh, don't use the bathroom. I need to go flush it."
At night when I'm using the restroom alone, I'm like highly paranoid, but I don't know why I woke up. It's never a good sign when you wake up in the middle of the night. I get like really paranoid at night when it's really dark that I want to be able to hear everything. I'm almost scared that if I flush in that like 0.3 seconds of me flushing in the middle of the night, something bad's gonna happen. When I wake up in the middle of the night to pee, it's like go time. I get my phone, flashlight on, run to the bathroom, done, run out. I mean, wipe. I mean, now I'm just like digging myself into
Wash
a
your
hole.
hands?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I forgot to say it.
I mean, okay.
I do it.
Okay, all right.
Believe you.
As I'm about to walk out of this bathroom, I think to do something because I had another split second of this person is probably doing nothing. And so I go, excuse me, ma'am. Silence. No moving. No motion. Silence.
No motion.
Yeah.
What shoes were they wearing?
It was like this black pointy boot. And
Black pointy boot.
And so I run out of the bathroom. Yeah, I didn't wash my hands, sorry.
Did you wash your hands before we start?
You guys know I wash my hands more than anyone in this house. Admit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure anymore.
I would do the same if I was that scared.
Exactly. Why would you sit there and sing happy
Nobody
birthday?
got time for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that. You're not gonna see another birthday. This was a while ago. This was not like yesterday or anything like that, okay? I rush out of the bathroom. Justin happened to be ordering Jollibee at that moment. I rush on over to him and the employee is like, is she okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And I look so out of breath. Justin's like, what's wrong with you, right? And I just started looking around and we ended up sitting near the bathroom for him to eat and we never saw someone walk out of the bathroom.
Never.
Yeah.
For how long?
longer did you stay there?
Like 15, 20 minutes.
That is kind of creepy though.
Is that not creepy?
Because you say he wasn't near the toilet.
Yeah. We don't like to recycle content, but
since Dandan is asking for it, here we go. So Susie moved into a new apartment. You know Susie?
Why is it always Susie?
Who do you want to be?
Dan.
No.
No.
Give me a girl's name.
Okay,
Every girl holding their breath.
I don't know. Ashley?
Ashley.
I don't know. Any Ashley, man.
Give me someone you know then.
Give me someone cute name. You met a girl that was cute.
Let's go with Ashley. Alexa?
Okay.
Alexa.
Hey Alexa, would
Let's
you
go
like
with
to date
Alexa.
my cousin?
Alexa moved into a new apartment, right? After she moved in, one day laying on bed watching TV. And as she was watching TV, she noticed that there is a hole on the wall. Being as paranoid as she is, she went over there and she peeked into that little hole. And all she saw was red color. She was like, okay, thank God this is not one of those creepy hole that connects to another room or something crazy like that. But after a few more days, she still feel like that hole's a little creepy. It was like right in front of her bed, you know? So she went over there, she looked in again. just red color. And then she did this several times until one day she ran into her landlord. She was asking him,
I saw this hole next to my TV, and I look into it, all I see is red. Do you know what's going on? Can you guys come fix it or anything?
and the landlord immediately face dropped. He said,
Oh, that hole? The hole next to the room?
Next to the room, bro.
It's just how you.
Can I just show him? This is
Say it
him.
like this, like I don't know.
Are you talking about the hole? The hole next to the room?
Are you talking about the hole?
you tell the freaking story though.
Are you talking about the hole next to the room?
Are you talking about that hole facing your bed? Mm-hmm. And she goes, yeah. And he goes, oh my God. There used to be a man who lived there, and his eye was bright red. Damn it! You ruined it.
He has pink eyes.
He's looking at.
Yo, what if there's a hole in my room?
There probably is.
Nah, I'm kidding.
How was that one?
I think the first one was scarier.
Because nobody
the
wants to be
first
creeped
story.
on.
Intriguing.
So he died there? I mean,
No.
he passed away
No.
there?
The man still lives there
So he's like stalking.
the whole time, just watching her.
Like when I'm dressing up too, like changing. Oh, that's.
While you're looking at him, he's like looking at your eyeball.
I'm assuming he can't talk.
No, he's fine. And if you look down from the hole, you will see a pair of shoes just pointing at you.
Wow.
Yeah.
So distraught right now. In order to kind of alleviate this scariness, I want to clarify something about a video that was posted a couple days ago, which was Intruder in our house. Firstly, I want to thank you guys for being very understanding. I honestly was nervous to post that video because I thought everyone would just drag us in the comments for being idiots. But you guys were really nice. You guys gave me a lot of helpful hints, tips. Also, you guys were worried. Some of you guys were really worried that he was going to come back. We have beefed up all levels of security. So with that being said, I'm going to read some of y'all's experiences because I saw a lot of comments. I'm so glad I posted it because I thought that I was the only one that, like, we thought we were the only ones that experienced this, right? And then we were like, wait, like, really? You think, like, we just, like, was randomly targeted? But apparently it happens to a lot of people. And we all need to be safe, okay? So I'm gonna share these in hopes that maybe it will also... Oh, I'm sorry. Have you seen my phone?
Have you seen my phone?
Where's my phone? Okay.
Oh, what's that?
Where we're at, do I see?
Oh,
Oh!
and guess what, guys?
What?
30% off right now. Linked in the
30?
30!
Not 10, not 20.
Not 10, not 20, 30. That dirty 30. Same. You might have to get another one. This one is by Letitia L, right? And she said that once there were two men who knocked on the door of her parents' house, okay? Her dad, who is super trusting, he opened it, and the two were saying that they're going around fixing these roofs. And so, you know, her parents' roof needed a fixing, and they were like, you know what? Maybe not. Like, what? Maybe not. Why not? You know, why not let them in, let them survey the roof, see what they can do.
Yeah.
And so, you know, the first red flag was that they weren't wearing any sort of company uniform. It was just two random guys. And they originally said, in order to fix your roof, we want cash. Right, so a cash payment. And so Letitia's mom is very, very paranoid, and she said, you know what, I don't have cash, but I could probably write you a check. And so they said, okay, that's fine. They were a little bit upset, which was kind of her second red flag for Letitia, which is, why are you upset? And so then what ended up happening is one of the two guys, he ended up going to the roof, and he started just kind of like ripping stuff off the roof, like pretty much ruining the roof versus fixing the roof, right? And one of the other guys said, you know, it had to be a upfront payment. And so he takes that check and he drives to the bank to deposit it. And so that's when the mom was like, okay, something sounds really bad up there, because they're saying, well, if it's not cash, then I have to make sure you're good for it. You know, I'm pretty sure all of that stuff, right? And so her mom immediately was like, this is weird. So she calls, you know, the bank and says, I need to cancel this check. It's a bad check, you know. And so then the other person goes to the bank. They can't deposit it. It's a bad check. They end up coming back and they start getting so pissed that the other guy comes down from the roof and they start pounding on the door demanding payment for their services when they didn't do anything. They didn't fix the roof. They did nothing. If anything, they probably made it worse. And so finally they drove off when my dad said he was calling the cops. When they called the number on the invoice, because, you know, they were trying to make it professional, it turned out to be a fake company with a telephone number linked to a motel nearby.
Wow, they had the whole And
a whole lot scam. And then I saw a lot of comments that were really, really scary, saying that he took off his shoes because it wasn't muddy that day, which was what I was thinking, right? Some people were asking, was it muddy that day? Because if it was muddy and he walked through mud, he would, leave footprints, right? And I was like, no, it wasn't muddy that day, and we don't have like mud anywhere, right? And so what they're saying is like people usually only take off their shoes when they don't want to leave blood prints.
oh, hell no.
Because, like, I've never heard of robbers breaking into a house and taking off their shoes.
Your bare feet, you will still leave footprints.
Yeah, you
But they're not shoes. So, usually they track you down by shoe. Your footprint's not like a fingerprint.
But
And he was
can
wearing
it-
socks.
So socks you can't.
If you get killed in the woods, they try to look for shoe prints because the markings, they can find out usually which brand, what size. And with size, they can tell height really well. And they can tell a lot by shoes. And all
boy.
they have to do is find the shoe in your possession and they can tie you to the crime.
But I'm telling you, then, the fact that he took off shoes like immediately.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell an even creepier story. I was scared to tell people this.
Okay, I'm actually scared.
Do you believe that some people can like sense the future?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you
It's just a mind thing, though.
a string of events, okay?
Actually, no.
You said, nah, bitch, try to convince me. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a string of events. So this all started, I want to say maybe a year or two ago. And if you guys have been with me for a long time, you know the fucking Smeg story, okay?
You know this Max story?
Smack story?
No. Where he almost burned my sister's house on fire?
Are you for real?
Okay, so he doesn't know. So you're not an OG, boo-boo. Okay, I'm just kidding. Okay, so here's what happened, right? I had a dream before we went to Atlanta that, for some reason, her toaster, it's like this really fancy toaster. It's a Smeg toaster, right? It caught on fire out of nowhere in my sister's kitchen. And we were the only one downstairs. Everyone else was upstairs, and it was plugged into the outlet. And in my dream, I'm screaming, like, what the fuck? Do something about the fire, right? And I see the fire go from the toaster to the line that's connected to the toaster, and it's slowly traveling to the outlet.
I think you can explain this afterwards because people have heard this like 10 million times and they're over it.
No, it starts with the toaster. They need to be there for the toaster. If you can't be there for the toaster, you can't be there for the intruder, you know? And so, okay? And so then, the fire was traveling to the outlet. Now, I'm thinking in my head, once it reaches the outlet, we're all gonna die. And so I start screaming and screaming. Anyways, this was my dream. 2 weeks later, we go to Atlanta. This man right here, this beautiful man sitting next to me, Honey in particular, he sticks a marshmallow into a toaster. So I guess this was...
someone left it in the comments saying that you can stick a marshmallow into the toaster and then you heat it up and then bing, you get the perfect toasty marshmallow. And I try that at her sister's house.
In the Smeg toaster.
In the Smeg toaster. But I didn't know
my dream.
toasters doesn't just pop up whatever in there after certain minutes because in movies they all just like bing pops up. I grew up in China and I never used a toaster before, so I assume when it's done it will bing pop up. So next thing I knew, there's flames coming out of the toaster.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And
The thing
so
was
I
on
start...
fire.
You want to know what's crazy? I told him about my dream, and then when we get there, I'm hysterically screaming. The toaster is on fire, and he looks at me and he goes, "Babe, you don't need to scream." I'm like, the toaster is on fire.
No,
Fire right
because
now.
the thing is on fire. The first thing is take off the fire, right? Whether you use something to cover it. But she's like just screaming her lungs out.
And this man said, "I don't need to scream." Okay, mind you. Anyways, second story. Okay, I had a dream. This was really recent, actually. I had a dream, and in that dream, someone with the name of, let's call it Boba, okay? This person's name is Boba. And in my dream, Boba died. And I have evidence of this. I called my dad telling them Boba's dead, in my dream, tell them to be careful because I
Because
feel
Boba
like,
is a family friend.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And I feel like something might happen to Boba. And so I started freaking out, right? And in my dream, I never went and saw Boba. I just kind of, I guess in my head, I was like, oh, well, that's that family friend because that's who Boba is, right? And we're all preparing
And she actually vlogged this part.
Yeah.
She called her dad
Yeah.
saying, hey, I'm worried for so-and-so because I had a dream about it.
Yeah, before. Yeah.
So she called.
And so,
her
we
dad.
were all preparing for the funeral, and it was, so sad and stuff like that. And then, a couple weeks later, Boba didn't die, but someone with the name Boba died. I'm being
No,
for real.
seriously,
I have
it was on the
evidence.
vlog.
Yeah.
Are you being for real?
Yeah,
Right?
just made me feel very unsettled, especially after the toaster thing. And then it gets worse. And then after that, I had the creepiest dream. And this dream, I don't like to talk about my dreams, like especially on vlogs and stuff anymore because I get so creeped out and it like almost scares me more talking about it. I like wouldn't even tell him for like 2 nights. Like I was so scared. I was sleeping outside in the living room just like ready at like every sound I heard. I was on edge after this dream, which was I had this dream that we were in the kitchen, we were hanging out, right? And all the alarms started going off, middle of the day, all the alarms, right? And so then I was like,
Middle of the night or
day.
day?
Yeah. And then I was like, babe, I think someone's in the house. And then we were all like, it was like so weird because like in your dream, you don't act like how you think you would act, right? And so obviously in real life, if someone was in the house, I mean, would go down. But I'm like, someone's in the house. And you're like, you think so? And we're like looking around, lounging around. And I'm like, no, I know someone's in the house. But for some reason, I wasn't freaking out. And then all of a sudden, we go to one of our cameras and there's just someone, an intruder, standing there, staring straight at the camera, not moving, not saying anything, just silently staring.
It's like those creepy movie, you know, you look into the security camera, there's someone just staring into the camera.
And then a week and a half later, that intruder came in. And the crazy thing is, the feeling was the same. It wasn't like this person came in rowdy, like, oh, give me your shit. It was like
airy,
the same, like,
unsettled.
Quiet. You don't know what they're going to do because they're
silent, adrenaline,
Yeah.
everything just pumping like crazy because you don't know what's about to happen.
Because if someone's talking to you, I feel like your adrenaline pumps in a different way. If they're like, put your hands in the air, give me your valuables, give me that ring, give me your laptop, you know, that's a complete. But this was the same feeling of, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Because they're just like.
He was standing still. Just
Yeah, he was
quiet.
like, yeah, he was like looking on the ground, like staring.
Unresponsive is the word. Ask them something, no response. Like you do something, no response. It was the same feeling. And
Like
the worst
next
part-
time you win lottery in your dreams or something, I'm going. I
believe.
believe you.
Just let me know in the comments, what are your thoughts on this? If you guys have been following me for a while, you guys know I don't really believe in this stuff. I don't really believe in like predicting the future. I'm more on like the same page as you. I feel like if I go to a psychic and they tell me something bad's gonna happen, I'm gonna make something bad happen, you know?
Yeah.
But like these 3 dreams that happened like consecutively, and I felt weird when I woke up. I immediately called my dad about that person. I immediately was like freaking out for nights, not sleeping with that. I called my entire family before we went to Atlanta about the Smeg toaster. Maybe I just talk too much.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just talking to
Yeah,
too many
you do.
people about my dreams. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comments which story was the scariest for you. And let me know how excited you are about it. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.